Well, I mean,
Because I'm sick and tired of the that you have put against my community, especially black trans women, because you constantly disregard all of our needs and then use us politically as a pawn when we're 1% of the population.
A trans man shows us what not to do in a debate. Let's talk about it. Good morning, good evening, good night, good afternoon. I hope all is well. So I was looking at this debate. I love watching debates, and I was watching one on Jubilee a few days ago. It was with Ben Shapiro. He was a Republican against 25 Kamala Harris students, I believe, or what's the title of it. But I just want to take a look at a specific person, a trans man who shows us what not to do in a debate. Now, we know in a debate, we are supposed to try our best to be calm and not to be too emotional or so emotional that is the debate just stops and it's not a fruitful debate. You know, no one is learning, no one is hearing both sides, and it's just a hot mess, you know, if that does happen. We know in a debate should be all about learning. It should be about expressing your thoughts on the topic, and again, it's about learning, right? It's about learning and not being too emotional, but most of all, not taking it too personal. But let's take a look at this trans man and how his debate or how their debate went with Ben Shapiro. Let's go to it.
why that follows.
That's not my argument. My argument.
Thanks. Well, okay, we're gonna take this chair. Look at that.
Hey, Ben.
Like a bro, my friend. All right.
How's it going?
Let's break up.
See, now look how this trans man is sitting. He has to, or they have to be different. Like, they have to prove their manhood. Like, they have to do this and show that they belong, right? He has to do that, or they have to do that. And what it is, it's a sign of insecurity. It's a sign of being too emotional, and it's a sign of being out of control and not in control of your emotions. But let's go to it.
First question, can men get pregnant?
Men cannot get pregnant.
Okay, awesome. So
Definitionally.
Okay. Do men experience SA? Sexual assault?
Sure.
Got it. What about the existence of trans men?
What about the existence? Do you mean women who believe that they are men? What are we talking about here? Women experiencing gender dysphoria?
So my other question is, do you benefit from white supremacy in any way, shape, or form?
I'm going to need more specifics on what you mean by white
Well, here,
supremacy.
let me give it to you then.
Sure, please.
So I'm a transgender man.
Okay.
I've experienced SA.
Okay.
And abortion rights affect me directly.
Emotional. Slam the chair down, turn back around, and things like that. But let's go.
So if we're talking about the American dream that you live, why don't I have access to that?
And I don't think that these are all students. Excuse me for that.
Because there's no legislation, in the history of America, that legislates a man's body. So why does mine have to be legislated? I've got a vagina.
I'm not interested in what your genitalia are.
Clearly you are. I mean, it's all over everything you make, buddy. I'm sorry. I hate to say it to you, but
I think you can read on my face that I radically am not. I think you can read on my face that I radically am not. When we're talking about
No,
abortion,
I don't. I mean, you can present it here, but in most of the content that you have, you attack my community constantly. And you don't even realize guys like me exist who actually share a lot of similarities to you and everything, because I'm a married man of 20 years. Got a wife.
I recognize that you exist. I disagree with your
Right.
claim
So
that you
if
are a
I
male.
was sexually assaulted, right?
Right. He says that he recognized that he exists. He doesn't recognize or accept that this person is a male because they weren't born male. But let's go.
And I didn't have access to that abortion care. Do you believe that I should have carried that child to term because I was sexually assaulted?
I mean,
no, I just want to make sure that that's what you believe. Because as a transgender man, I have seen your side of the entire political debate, never ever having the conversation of what an American freedom is. Because why am I not allowed to live my American freedom as a man? You know, I mean, you get your choice as a man to live and free and all that.
You're really moving around terminology very wildly here.
And so are you, because that's the tactics you play in your game. And you've done it the entire time. You jump from one subject to the next. You speak so fast, and I know how you work. So how does it feel to have it in your face?
Oh, well,
emotional, not focused on the topic, not focused on having a discussion, but focus on their emotions and getting out what they want to say, whether it's respectful or disrespectful.
I mean,
because I'm sick and tired of that you have put against my community, especially Black trans women, because you constantly disregard all of our needs and then use us politically as a pawn when we're 1% of the population. Why not focus on the economy itself? All of us are struggling, and you want to focus on trans people. You want to focus on a Black woman when this is clearly a glass cliff situation. America's falling apart, and let's give it to a woman right when it's all falling apart, when we'd had, 50 men run it and it looks like shit? Look at where we're at. Truly.
Using profanity, just raising their voice. Let's see if they give Ben a chance to respond.
So, where do you think that we're heading? I mean, it's so funny to watch white supremacy just fall apart the way that it is, and you ride so hard because guess what? In other countries around the world, women are not having children. And why is it? Because of the patriarchy and all the violence that men perpetuate, and all of this idea that abortion is somehow going to solve it all by forcing women to have abortion instead of focusing on the real problems that we're facing in our society. We're just going to completely ignore that. And we're just going to go, you know what? The line item is, let's make women have babies so that we can continue this capitalistic society that we have. Why are we doing that? What? I mean, why? Because you want to push white supremacy and because you want to make your check? It does great for you. Meanwhile, people like me have to live.
Look, spit all coming out the mouth, just
live with the consequences of all of your rhetoric that you put on a daily basis, and including my entire community and the intersectionalities of Black women, men that experience SA, trans people, everyone that comes in. And I'm so sick of the idea that you can come in with this bravado that you're this big guy that knows things because you can talk fast, you have statistics. But really, what does it really matter at the end of the day if you are harming the entire American? This guy's been accused of rape, Trump, in court documents, and you're backing the guy. You have children. How could you do that to your own? Don't you have a daughter? What is wrong with you, dude? I've never seen such a party just completely the American idea, what we believe in as a country, is not what you're perpetuating. It's diversity. It's giving you tired, hungry, and poor. The Google phone you have in your pocket is because of all of the diversity we've had. Pleasure to meet you.
Okay.
Emotional.
There's a lot of tension in the room now. Let's stay cordial. Let's stay respectful, please. Please.
Emotional. An embarrassment to this person and to their family. This is not how a debate is supposed to be. You're supposed to be in control, allowing the other person to speak, have a back and forth, having a conversation, proving your point, then having the other person try to prove their point. It's a back and forth. It's a conversation. And that was not what this was. And it was full of emotion, full of pride, and it didn't look good. It didn't look good on their part. And I want to go to some scriptures. I want to go to Proverbs. So we're trying to Proverbs, the 25th chapter and the 28th verse, and it says, "A person without self-control is like a city with broken down walls." And let's also go to Proverbs, the 29th chapter, at the 11th verse, and it says, "Fools vent their anger, but the wise quietly hold it back." Now, again, it's okay to be emotional during a debate, but you have to know when to go forward with it and when to bring it back. And this trans person did not, and we'll see at the end why this person came. Why did they come on the show to debate Ben Shapiro? But again, this is not how we are to debate. And I want to just watch at the end. I want us to just watch what this person says at the end on why they came to the show.
And then what about the trans gentleman?
I mean, that wasn't an argument. It was an emotional appeal. Everybody's entitled to their emotions.
To be fair, I didn't really expect to get too many points across because I've seen how Ben has worked. So I really wanted to kind of give him a taste of his own medicine so he can see what it's like.
Somewhat irritating when people decide to take advantage.
And there you have it. Let me know what your thoughts are. Thank you for watching. I hope that you subscribe and share, subscribe and share. God bless you all. Be safe.